Okay, today's the day that I have to be winterizing the camper. It's October 16th, I believe, yes. And they're talking about the temperature going down to 28 degrees tomorrow night. So I need to get this done. Now, last time in fact, I have a video on that. Winterizing this camper with compressed air, and I did it I did it with my little 100 psi compressor. It came out good, but I think there was some problems with it holding, not getting the lines sufficiently cleared. If you remember my earlier video this summer, when I had to replace the one of the lines, the water lines, and I think that is because there was some water in it and it froze up. And reason being is that with piping, there might be a little bit of a valley, you know, incline and upcline, or incline and incline, and a little bit of a depth, which water can sit in there, and that apparently is what I believe caused the fitting to burst. So I'm going to do it the other way this time. I'm going to put some antifreeze, RV antifreeze in here. Another reason for doing this is that our past couple winters have been horrible. Not last year, but the winter before that, we went down to a minus 25 Fahrenheit, which I don't remember. It's been like 10 or 20 years since that happened last. Last year, the winter too was cold. I don't think we got that cold, but it has fair share of cold days. So 28 degrees is enough to cause a hard freeze. So I'm going to start doing this. First thing I need to do is I have to access the clean water tank, which is underneath this sofa bed here. So I'm going to stop the camera for a minute and take it apart and see what we have to work with. Okay, I removed the cushions, and then I kind of forgot that there's a panel here, and it's used for supporting the bed, the mattress, and I'm going to have to remove that to have access to the tank, or to the pump. The other issue is I'm not really sure if there's any water, cleared water in that tank. It looks like it might have some in it, so I'm going to have to try to drain that first. See if I can get all the water out of it, because definitely with a hard freeze, it'll maybe not 28 degrees, but if it gets, you know, below zero, it'll have there's a tendency for it to crack the tank, the water. Okay, well, I'll have to get a screwdriver and remove some of these panels and see where I go from there. Okay, removing the panel, I can see I have a SureFlow pump here. SureFlow diaphragm pump. I think it's model 2088403444. I don't know if it's original pump that came with the camper or not, but as you can see right over here, that's the outlet from the freshwater tank that goes into the pump right here, and there appears to be a fitting here that I can disconnect, like a hose fitting, and see if I can get that in focus. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's a fitting here, and so I can hook like some sort of, have to see if it's a garden hose type or what I can do to make some sort of hose so I can get the antifreeze pumped through the lines. Yeah, I did it with compressed air last time, so I didn't need to go this far back because it wasn't in use. Now, I don't know if there is any water left in the clean tank here, freshwater tank. Let's see if there is. I'm going to have to, well, what I ended up doing last summer, I'll show you, I ran into the valve. Oh. Well, I was cutting grass. Look at that. Trees are all bare. Some of them are. Okay. There is no more valve on it. Strictly open. I gotta replace this valve. This is the drain for clean water. So it's open and nothing's out of it. So there's probably nothing in there. I want to make sure. I'm going to have to probably remove some of the panels and take a better look. But otherwise I don't know how to get it out of there. I'm going to try pumping it, see if anything comes out. Turning on the pump. You don't want to run your pump when it's there isn't any water in it, because if you do, you can burn your pump up. I'm going to take, this is the support for the bed here, if you can see it. Yeah. I'm going to take this and move this outside because it's in the way. Try to move some of the stuff out of the way. Okay. For those of you who might have just recently purchased an RV and don't know where everything's at, this is, there should be a switch on your wall for turn on your pump. It runs on 12 volts and also runs on 110 volts. So I'm going to switch on the pump and see if anything comes out of it. I can hear water in the bathroom. There it is, see? There is some water. Make sure you don't run your pump dry. So as soon as you see water, stop. I hear it stop. You're going to want to cut off your pump. Okay, I disconnected the input to the pump from the freshwater tank, and there is some sort of a fitting. Looks like either 1/2 inch or 5/8 NPT. So I'm going to have to come up with some sort of way so I can get the antifreeze into the system. So I'll be back at you, more to come. See if I can focus it in. Here's a little apparatus I made to winterize a camper, and all I did was get some 1/2 inch tubing by about 2 feet with a funnel, and I got this female PVC fitting to attach to the pump. So this should work pretty good. So what I'll just do is have to add the antifreeze, RV antifreeze, in here, and then run it through, press the button and the pump, and run it through until, I don't know what color I bought. They used to be pink, now they're making different colors now. Anyway, it's good to 50 below. Okay, another thing I did is open the valves on my gray and Blackwater tank. There's nothing in it because I just put clear water in here this summer. So I'm letting some of that water drain out whatever was in it, and go on to the next step. Okay, I attached it. Here we go. Nothing yet. When I tell you to turn the switch on, which is right there, then you'll have to turn on and turn on the faucet.
Turn on all the faucets. What about the toilet?
That comes later. Okay, I have my wife assisting me. She'll be turning on the pump and the faucet as I pour this stuff in. Okay, hit the switch. And turn on the faucet. Yeah. Turn on one at a time. No, turn one at a time. Is anything coming out? What color? Pink? It's water. Let me know when it comes out pink. Just do one at a time. Okay, how's it work looking? Why? Hit the switch. While I was winterizing this camper, I didn't get an accurate video of the actual process of what is done at the faucets, and that's because I was holding the funnel and trying to pump the RV antifreeze. This pump works really quick, so I mean it'll just pump fast. I don't know what the GPM per minute is, but it pumps it really fast. So I took the apparatus that I made and connected it to the funnel and poured in the antifreeze, RV antifreeze that is. And while I did this, my wife would click on the pump there and then open each individual faucet until the liquid came out of those pink, which is the color of this. Not a washed out pink, but actual solid pink color. And she did this through every faucet. We have a bathtub, and did it through that bathtub, combo bathtub and shower, and also the toilet and the sink. So flushed the toilet a couple times. Then I poured some RV antifreeze down the drains and kept a little in toilet itself. It's what is said to prevent its seal from breakage if you keep it moist. And that's basically it for the interior. One thing that a lot of people do is don't have the RV fluid running through the hot water heater, but there's a bypass on the hot water heater, and you can turn that, drain the hot water heater so there's no liquid in it, bypass it, and there's no reason to hold like 6 gallons of RV antifreeze in the water heater. You can just drain it. Let me show you my water heater. I don't know if I have a bypass, because one thing is that I think the bypass is on the interior. There's a box enclosure that this is in, and I'm not going to tear it apart now. Reason being, I'll get to in a minute, but you'll find a little door here, and that is where your water heater is. And there should be a bypass. I don't have one here, so that's somewhere inside. That would bypass your water heater, and then you can just run the fluid as usual, or you can fill it up. Doesn't make a difference. One thing I'm going to do is this water heater is right below the bottom bunk. I'm not too comfortable with the setup. Something about gas going underneath the bunk doesn't sit well with me, so I'm going to convert this to either electric, 110 electric with the conversion kit that runs about $70 on the internet, or I'm going to use an on-demand system, which isn't too expensive either. Hot water on demand. When you get a conversion kit, you have to really check, because sometimes they don't fit every water heater. But right there where the element is at, the heating element, that would be replaced with the electric element that they give you, and there's some other stuff with it, and it'll you can activate the water heater, and it'll be electric, and it's a lot safer. Other than that, it'd be an on-demand. I'm thinking about that system too, which I would mount right under the kitchen sink. Well, other than this, the next thing I would do, I haven't done yet, would just strategically place bars of Irish Spring in the camper to keep away the critters. A lot of people say this doesn't work, but this is the second camper that we had. The first one was a pop-up, and I never had an issue with mice when I used that. So just take that as you may, and you may want to use it, may not. I probably use about 12 bars in here, maybe a little more. I put a couple down in where the freshwater tank is at, below the sink, some of the upper cabinets, some in the bathroom, some near the bunks, and that's about it. Other than that, I will be tarping the top of this in this fall, in November, and I have to do another video on that because I don't have the tarp for it yet. But there's a way I do it, and I don't tarp the whole camper. But what is good about it is that it kind of protects it from the elements. We get some heavy snow, and it melts, and snow has a way of getting into the sings. Well, it melts. I don't have any leaks in here. I don't want to keep it that way. So until next time, this is Ray from the Happy Camper series. Thanks for watching.